Hey everybody, James from urban-picker.com here, and we're going to get into 97 items that have sold over the last 2 days. You can follow me on Instagram at HelferState. All links are below if you'd like to go on a little journey of my life. If you're new to this, I post on Instagram everything that has sold at $8 or higher. Okay, it's working now. $8 or higher. If I don't tell you what I paid for it, I got it at the Goodwill bins. I paid under 50 cents for it. If I say from my storage, I've got 4 storage lockers full of stuff that I have accumulated over the last 18 plus years, being I like buying in bulk. So get into this. We got a lot more hats selling. I've been listing a lot of those. So we got all hats are normally from the bins. So at $10.39 for this Wonder Meats hat. Harley Davidson shirt, going to Australia for $16.77. Got these Grindhouse denim jeans. These have been in the store forever. That's an old background. I picked up a buttload of these a long time ago, some retail arbitrage for $1 a piece. Thought they would sell quicker than they did. I made my money back on the first 2 pairs, but they've been slow going ever since. That one's going to for $12.99 British pounds. So. Young and Reckless hoodie sold for 10. Harley Davidson hat, 12 British pounds. Under Armour hat, 821 British pounds. Scooby-Dooby-Doo plush for $14.44. Setco hat, 979 British pounds. Cat and Jack, some toddler sandals for $7.99. This was in that carload of items that a friend gave me. Carload of clothes and shoes. A VHS tape of the Lighthouse Singers. I love finding this kind of stuff because it's stuff that would never made it to DVD. It's kind of independently done and sold for $13.12. Pretty sure I got that at the bins. Playboy bunny hat for $11.99. Some Nikes here. I don't remember if these were bins or not. If not, I've got $4 into them. Sold them for $25. This Lacoste hoodie. I have had this for quite a while. I think I paid like $5-7 a piece for a bunch of them from retail arbitrage from a clearance store. And it took forever for this one to sell. For $50. More Hot Wheels I pick up at the bins, put them in lots. $15.29 for that lot. Baltimore Orioles hat, going to Australia for $16.77. Denver Broncos suede jacket for $31. I don't remember where I picked that up at. I want to say it was a Salvation Army for $10, but I'm not 100% sure there. Michael Bolton CD promo single. This is from my storage. All those promo singles. Going to Australia for $12. St. Louis Cardinals jersey, €10. A Boy Scout hat. Boy Scouts hat always sell pretty quick for me. $10. NRA hat for $10.39. This truck I picked up at a normal thrift store. I got $1 or $2 into it. I picked up, I think, 2 different pieces that day like this, similar to this. And that one sold for $12.74. Orgill Brothers Paint. Vintage hat for $15. Fighting Illini shirt for $10.39. American Eagle hat for $10.39. Scott Gallagher's soccer hat, Nike hat for $10.39. Pair of Yeezys that I had in my collection that I was never going to wear. I did accept these on that day that I made that video about the problems on eBay, that last video. After I made that video, somebody sent me an offer on this, and I felt I had to take it no matter what, just because of such a slow sale day. No thanks to eBay. But so 270, 201. I think those were 200 when they came out, so probably barely made any money on them, but that's all right. I had to have the money and for that day, and I was never going to wear them anyway. So they gone. Woodside jacket for 10. Catamount Pale Ale for 9.35. And if you notice, this is a lot of stuff that a lot of people go, I would have never grabbed that because I don't recognize it. I don't recognize that. Why would I grab that? Why would I grab that? I don't recognize it. All that stuff adds up. As I like to say, it only takes 10 tens to make $100. So this Jimmy Buffett tour hat sold for 20. I just picked this, sold within 12 hours after listing it. I think a lot quicker than that, actually. A Greg Norman golf hat for $10.39. Some Converse Chucks, $14. I either got $4 into this or I picked it up at the bins. I've been finding a lot of Converse over the bins lately, so I don't remember where I picked that up at. Another one of my fire shirts. This one sold for $9.99. I may be out of those by now. That one I think I picked up at the bins, though. It wasn't one I paid $1 for. Some Polo Ralph Lauren duck boots for $35. I may have $7 into these if they weren't bins. I don't remember. Property of My Kids hat for $10.39. Beautiful Mind hat for $9. This Colorado Park hat for $8. Another Snapcase cassette. I've been seeing a lot of those lately. $9.99. Irish, fuck yeah! Women's hat for $8.99. Pebble Beach Cabbie hat for $10.79. Steamboat Colorado for $10.39. I just love this simple stuff. It's stuff that nobody else is going to grab. And it's just money in the bank. $8 for MTV shirt. That was cut up, actually. Same person. I had a person come in and buy tons of stuff. I probably bought those, that, and the sides are cut out of that. This Kid Rock shirt for $8. The Siegfried and Roy shirt for $12. I bought this Eagle shirt for $9. This vintage Simpsons shirt, this is all cut up. This was my personal shirt I used to wear in the 90s when I was better in shape. This one sold for $40, but yeah, I used to wear that. Wouldn't dare wear it now. This is actually another one from my personal collection that I cut up and wore. I actually went to this concert. This one was when they were in a small town, Columbia, Missouri, a couple of hours away from here, and went there to see him. I also saw him about 6 months prior to that here in St. Louis at the old arena, about 1989. I think it was right about Thanksgiving, because I remember we went in, it was decent weather, came out, and it was snow all over the ground. So that was kind of cool. So $40 for that. This Paul Risler transportation hoodie for $8. If you watch some of my videos, you remember these. These were those vintage handkerchief scarf things that I found, those Native American ones. I took an offer for $50 on a slower day to move them. I had them in the store for $100, but I needed the money and they didn't cost me anything. So Guns N' Roses shirt for $8. And the same person bought all those that I've been telling you about. They bought those, all this hoodie, that they bought these 2 shirts. So all these were done by the same person. That's another reason why I gave him a good deal, because he was buying all this stuff. He bought that. Bought this shirt for $10. This hat for $10.39. And I think that's where it ends. He also bought a lot of stuff that priced at $6 and $7 that I did not put up here. Some Bourne clogs for $20, going to Australia. They're either $4 or I picked them up at the bins. These probably Ben's item. These Nike slides, I believe these were from the Ben's, sold for 15. This Hurley hat, 801. Polo hat going to Australia for 1650. A Life is Good, Not All Who Wander Are Lost hat, 935. That's for my collection. Finally got this black mid-90s Blues jersey. I've been wanting that forever, so I finally got me one. And I matched the strings for my Jordan 3s to go along with that. So that was before I mixed the strings. There's that video where I was complaining about eBay. All right, we got the CD from Storage for $19.90. And this PC game for $10.75 from Storage also. From the video game store I bought out. Victor, Colorado. Okay. Zeke's Place, $23.99. Cool vintage hat. Pepsi, $10. I love finding just liquid hats. Anything alcohol, soda related, water related, just anything like that. It all eventually sells. Advertising stuff. Love it. Some Atlanta Nikes felt banner for $11.47. USS Florida hat for $8. The thing about this, the guy emailed me like I was in the service and I was like a shipmate because he kept calling me shipmate. And he went into this, long story, and I kind of read it and stuff, but I didn't have the heart to say, I'm just a reseller, sorry. So I just let it go. But it's kind of cool getting stuff like that where they're just telling stories and things like that. So kind of makes it all a little more personal. Hollywood hat for €9. This bright ass orange hoodie in Australia for $25.81. Kiss Me, I Might Be Irish, sold for $8. I guess St. Patrick's Day might be coming up. I don't even know when that is. We're March 4th? I don't know. So $8. Hacienda Hotel and Casino hat going to Australia for 10. I also bought this Las Vegas hat for 10. And this La Jolla, something like that, going for $11.99. This Chicago Skyline Mitchell Ness Palm hat. This is another item I got at Retail Arbitrage. I got tons and tons of hats for like $1 a piece. Long time ago. This one sold for $12.01. Ozark Highlands Trail, $8. EF Express hat for $8. And the customer this just went out yesterday, and the customer emailed me. I think there's a problem. I don't see nothing updated on the tracking. I'm like, all right, it just sent out. It's coming. It's in transit. Had one feedback, so I didn't go too hard on them. DB axle, I picked this up at the Benz. It was like a axle for a Ford Edge. 24.99 British pounds. Jesus is my boss. 847 British pounds. A farmer's hat, €908. And that's I've said about in my last video, Monsanto. Even though they get a bad rap, their stuff moves. Some beat up Gamma 12 Jordans for $18. I picked these up at the Benz. I think these made it into a video. Because I think I said I was going to hopefully to get $20 to $23 out of them. I took an offer for $18. Why not? I got less than 50 in them. A lot of 9TDK cassettes. I picked these up at the Benz. This sold for $10.99. I haven't seen none over there in quite a while now, which makes me think I found their eBay store where they're doing items other than media. And it looks like they started about November of last year, so that may be a reason I don't see these anymore, because maybe they are doing them now. Ralph Lauren jeans for $8.99. Hopefully those came from the Benz, but I don't know for sure. Been picking up a lot of jeans lately. Bridgestone hat for $12.99. Superman Six Flags hat for $16.62. You remember in my past videos, I picked up a lot of these 4XLT shirts for $4 a piece. And I think I'm finally out of them. This one sold for 1501, and I got a couple more I think coming up here. This Hollister bag for $10 from the bins. Yeah, here's another one for $15.99. I think the same person bought either these two or bought off three. I don't remember if he bought two or three. And that one's for $15.99. This Dwayne Allman 8-track for $19.99 from storage. Got tons of 8-tracks in storage I need to get to. Some Steve Madden leopard print shoes for $10. Hopefully those were bins, but I don't remember. If they weren't, I've got $4 into them, but I hope not. Being they only sold for $10. This George Strait hoodie from the bins sold for $20. I was kind of happy when I found that. I knew that would sell pretty decent. Some Kyrie Irving Flytrap 2s for $17.99. Picked these up at the bins. NASA long sleeve shirt sold for $10. I have this person who his ID is Flat Earth Society, I believe it is. Something about Flat Earth. And he said, I like everything but the NASA shirt in the one video. So I found that funny. Do I believe in the Earth is flat? Not necessarily, but here's what I love about people who are part of the Flat Earth Society is always question everything. I live by that model. No matter what you were taught, question it all until you do the research, you gather your own facts. Keep an open mind because the universe is a pretty trippy place and we don't know hardly anything about it, just like the oceans. Always keep an open mind. So that's what I like. Now, I believe it's going to be round, but I've never done the research. But you would think by now that enough astronauts would have, or at least one here or there would have came out and said something about it, kind of like they do about the aliens and seeing UFOs in space, where on their deathbeds they claim this, they've seen them, been a part of it. And you would think that an astronaut would have came out by now and said, guess what, the Earth ain't round. So I lean more toward the round just because of that fact alone. But like I said, always keep an open mind because you never know what is real or what you're being brainwashed with. So do your facts, follow up, and keep an open mind. That's the way I live my life anyway. Limited shirt. You like that little spew? Took you on a little journey there, didn't we? For $8. Some Tactical Solutions hat for $12.99. Florida Gators for $14.39. No Doubt t-shirt for $10.39. This Door County hat for $9.35. Frank Zappa CD, €14.52. Fighting Illini hoodie for $8. This is one of those shirts that I was surprised. I can't say I'm surprised, but it happens a lot. This was a store here in St. Louis, Drum headquarters, that closed up, but yet it's going overseas, so 1994 British pounds. That seems to happen a lot with hats and clothes when it comes to like local stuff. It kind of goes overseas, which is kind of cool. Texas Longhorn hat for 8.48 British pounds. And we are at the beginning of the last video series that I had to do to catch up. So that's everything. urban-picker.com to buy stuff, and follow me on Instagram to see these items as I post them. All links are below. Thanks everybody for watching, and keep an open mind because the world's a beautiful place and you don't want to miss anything. Later.